Hello and welcome to our third movie in the project Spaceship. This movie I'm just going to show you how to import pictures from the internet and save them for your background. I'll show you how to manipulate the picture and to cut out the background. So you just go to Google Images and you find your picture. So you can just type in galaxy or whatever you want. Click on the full-size picture, so then you just go right-click, save picture as. I'm not going to actually do that because I've already got my picture saved. So, in your library, we've already got Light 1, Light 2, Spaceship, which is the Flash library item, and then we've got Spaceship AI. So, we're now going to, again, import. So you go File, Import, and we're just going to import them to the library. I got this space one, so I'll open that. Or I'll just go File, Import, and import to library again. And then I've got an Earth from space. So I've got to deal with these two pictures, space and Earth from space. So I'm in the main scene here. First of all, I've got one layer so far, and it's got the movie clip of the spaceship. So I'm just going to call this Spaceship 1. And then I know I'm going to need to make this way smaller. We'll just start with it here, and I'll put it off to the side for now. Then I'm going to make a new layer. In fact, I'm going to make two new layers. And I've got one for the galaxy. And I got another one for the Earth. Now, let's be on the galaxy layer. Go to our library, and I'm just going to take space. I'm just going to drag it on there. Now it's really a big picture, so I think it was a wallpaper. So I'll just move this to the outer edge, and then I'll hold the Shift key. You want to cover all of it, so I think it's okay if it's just a little bit bigger than the picture. Spaceship should be on top, so now you can see it there. But I'm going to lock my spaceship layer. In fact, I'm even going to turn the visibility off so that we don't mess with it. Now, there is the galaxy layer, and I'm going to zoom back in using Control Plus again, just like in Illustrator and Photoshop. And you can see I got a bit of white edge, so I'll just use my arrow key to move it up a touch so you can't see it, and it went off. Now, if I want this to last for a long time, and my original movie was about 400 frames, all you do is go to the 400th frame on the galaxy layer and press F5. And now the movie will last for 400 frames. Now on the Earth layer, we're going to, in fact, I'm going to lock the galaxy layer again and turn the visibility layer off. And I'm going to go back to my library, and I got my Earth from space. And I'm going to drag that on there as well. And again, it's super big. Hold the Shift key when I resize it. And just imagine how big you want the whole thing to be. Now, what we want to do is we want to get rid of the background on this one, because I wanted to use the other background. I think it looks nicer. So this is how you do it. You might not do this, but I want to show you two things on how making one background a movie clip so you can mess with its colors so it fades in and fades out, and one how to break a picture apart and then get rid of part of the picture. So to break a picture apart, you go to Modify and Break Apart, but I always use Control B to break apart. Control B. And then you can notice that it goes like that. So I'm just going to take my black arrow tool and I'm going to select right up to the edge. That was just an auto save function that they now have in Flash, which is kind of nice for those of us that forget to save. So there, I just deleted it. So you have to break it apart to be able to select those pixels. If you didn't break it apart, Control B, it won't let you do that. Now I'm going to zoom back in, and I'm going to show you something. With the lasso tool, I can go like this and it'll select it. But easier than that, or I can go with the eraser tool and that will select it. So sometimes you have to use those, but when you have a real clear difference in color, you can use the magic wand. So you take the lasso tool, you go to the bottom, and you choose the magic wand. And then you click and it'll pick everything that is the same color that you selected. I'm hitting delete each time. So it's a really nice way to get a clean edge. And then I usually go back with the eraser and kind of clean it up. And the fact that it's sitting on top of that galaxy, I don't think you'll notice this at all. So I'll clean it up. I won't worry that it's too perfect. And I'll show you in a second what it looks like with the galaxy after I just clean up some of this stuff. And if I turn the galaxy back on, you can't even notice those little dots. And the Earth sits really nicely, and it's a different color, which is really nice. So again, how would I make the Earth last for 400 frames? Use a scroller, move along, and when you want a new keyframe that you can edit, you always press F6. But if you just want to extend a keyframe, you press F5, which is insert frame. And if you hit F6, you'd see a dot, which is a new picture of it, and the rectangle says it's just being extended. So now, the next thing I wanted to do was show you how we can take this background picture and just modify the color so it kind of fades from one color to another. Now to do that, it has to be a movie clip. So I'm going to take my black arrow tool, which is great for selecting things. I'm going to unlock my galaxy layer. I'm going to click on it, and then I'm going to go right click, convert to symbol. And I'll call it galaxy. You made it a movie clip, but now you need to make it a motion tween. Even though nothing's going to move, you make it a motion tween. So you go create motion tween, and then you move to the 50th frame and you press F6, and you go to your properties panel, and you got to click on the picture itself on the properties panel, and then you've got color effect, and I'm going to change my advanced, and I'm just going to change one of these. Okay, now on the first keyframe it was its regular one. On the next keyframe at the 50th, and a keyframe puts in a dot, I change the color. So now I'm going to go to the 100th, or near the 100th. I'm going to press F6, which puts in your keyframe. I'm going to click on the picture. I'm going to go to the properties panel, and this one I'm going to change back to my original. I'm going to move another 50, press F6 on the keyboard, click on the picture, go to my properties panel, and this time I'll use a different color. I can't remember, maybe that's the one I used last time. And then I'm going to go to my next 50, press F6, click on the picture, go to properties, bring that back to its original 100. Go to the next 50, press F6, click on the picture, properties, change it. Next 50, click on the timeline, press F6, click on the picture, properties, move it back to 100. Now I'll go in the spaceship layer and take my spaceship, Control Z. I was not on, it was locked, so therefore it wouldn't let me move it. Took my spaceship, and then I can just press F5 to make it last the entire time. And I'm going to go Control S to save it, and Control Enter. And now you notice that my spaceship is still working, and you can see that the background color is changing over time, not too fast, which is good, and the Earth is just standing still. So that's the end of the third installment, and on the fourth movie I will show you how to deal with motion tweens. Thanks for watching.